Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday, guys. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat, smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining. Are you ready? Because I know I am. I'm ready to retire. Not only myself, but my children, and my children's children, and their children. So smash the like button, lock the doors, grab your Kleenex and your lube, because we're about to look at some juicy charts. And I'm not responsible for what you do next. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Guys, Bitcoin looks pretty dang good today. Looks pretty dang good. Cheers, guys. Happy Saturday. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? You struggling? Mr. Roberts said, "Lohi," and then he sent a question mark. What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. We got Mr. Roberts like post shed visit, so his spelling is scrambled. What's going on, Evan? John 316, Baja 0, Tom Selleck's Goat, Big Dog, Mr. Roberts, Am the Dog. What's going on, guys? I miss you guys. I had a very important matter to attend to, which is why I was not here for the daily close. I had to take my daughter to the to see K-pop Demon Hunters at the big fancy bougie movie theater, which was pretty sick. As a girl dad, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the dog said, "Can you take a look at Polkadot chart? Is it looking good?" I will take a look at that momentarily, my friend. Right now, we got to look at Bitcoin, currently trading at 115,409 and 28 cents, chilling. Let me make sure I'm on live chat everywhere. We seem to have had a rejection at our previous bottom CME gap level, which is 117.4. Outside of that, it's not really relevant. Zero, have you seen that movie? It is so, dude, it is so good. Like, no joke. I thought it was going to be some cornball, sing-along junk. Sony is changing the game. I have not personally listened to K-pop myself, so I was not sure what to expect. I've heard a lot about the K-pop people are very passionate. So people that are dumb enough to insult them or throw any kind of shade their way usually get just pummeled into the ground. And I watched this movie, and it was so good. It's such a good movie. So they had a limited release in theaters. It came out on Netflix. They had a limited release on theaters today and tomorrow, and I surprised my daughter and took her to the fancy theater out here, which we enjoyed it. We all got our food. My fiance likes to get the chicken strips. Daughter gets the personal pizza, and then I get the pretzel nuggets. Dude, I inhale the pretzel nuggets, and then the chair reclines, and it's got heat. So I hate people that do this to it. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I almost fall asleep every single time. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I give it 2-3 more years. I'll definitely be falling asleep in the theater. John 316 said, "JJ, you good?" I'm absolutely good. How about you, John? Bitcoin is also good. We got a little rejection at 117.4. Like I said, let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see what the market maker has blessed us with this weekend, what they've graced us with as far as liquidity goes. Evan said, wait a minute, if you feel up to it, can you look at the flesh chart on Cardano? I want your expert opinion. Tyler said, what is this late stream? You costed me a win. Mr. Tyler, I do have the power to edit the scoreboard if I please. If I sense foul play, such as bribery or lack thereof. I'm just kidding. We got 115,792. And then we got nice and uniform. I guess I'll go right here to the solid boy. 69, nice. 116,357. Whoops. I screwed up, guys. I screwed up. Oh, God. I accidentally exited. The mouse gets, like, stuck on the other page sometimes. It's really strange. Let me make sure that's not going to echo for you guys. Jeez. Oh, what a mess. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're back on it. Okay. And then down below. Did I do that first one? I guess I should. 114,258. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. John knows what he's talking about. And 113,532. Sweet. Zero said, yeah, I heard. Nice. I heard things about it. Nice. Dude, it's so good. You gotta have good audio. Tyler said karma's a bitch. I'm at 30, everyone knows I will sue. I see I also have complete control over the prize as well for that win, so and I could cherry pick maybe depending on who wins, maybe they get a different prize. Maybe you get a piece of fabric from my one shirt. Bitcoin dominance 58.15, slowly but surely grinding to the downside. Quite excited about this, actually. We are officially in the 50s. Broke below 59. Didn't even retest. Are we going to bounce off of 58? Dude, if we break below 58 soon, it's going to get so spicy. I'm excited. I'm not entirely sure what this orange line is, though. What is that orange line pertaining to? Let's see. Orange is, it looks like a gigantic wedge of some sort. I'm not sure what the orange is. Oh my gosh, look at this evil fractal. That's so mean. Imagine if we did that. What if we did it twice? Once, twice, and then alt season? People would freak out. October, November 2026. I'm going to get that out of here. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I even mentioned it. Oops. Tyler said, I'll use it as an rag. I don't know what that is. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance dropping. Very exciting stuff. No matter what Bitcoin does, altcoins should start to perform very nicely. ETH saw to that, and Sol also saw to it yesterday. Sol dominated. Blasted above $200, currently sitting at 206.17. But before we get to that, let's talk about Bitcoin. We're going to be stuck in this range for the weekend, I'm sure. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see if we break above 115.766 or below 114.258. Now, there is the rare occasion that we do break above or below these today, but I don't really see it happening. The market maker, I'm assuming it's because of the ETFs. The market maker seems to keep us trapped in this range every single Saturday. But we're still on track for my completely outlandish, estimated, fabricated August 24th through 30th Bitcoin breakout, according to a really old fractal. ETH doing great, looking up 0.27% since the daily close. We did bounce off of the current all-time high, which is 48.68, new all-time high though. We didn't get a candle close on the 4-hour, but we did make a new all-time high with a wick, 48.8759. We rejected that, got back to our little support line, which is previous support, continued support, turned resistance, broke it, looking good. Held that, and now we're grinding back up, establishing that foundation. We do have a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher. back here, actually. Not the red candle, but the one right next to it. And we are slowly but surely invalidating that, so that's exciting. We'll see where that takes us. As of right now, I'm just looking for a solid break above 49, and then see if we can get through 5K. ETH looking awesome, actually. And I think that the institutional investors coming into play, like Tom Lee, and the staking kind of coming into the mainstream light, because it's literally going to be passive income just from holding Ethereum. I'm not sure how long that's supposed to last, but Ethereum has a lot of volume on it, so, and they just kind of get paid how miners would normally get paid, but through transaction fees, so it's lucrative. And it is made for people with money. Put enough money into it, you get a lot of money back for no reason. You just literally hold it and you get paid. So people are going to see that and they're going to eat it up. Sol, however, is the people's meme coin. It's not a meme coin. the people's ecosystem. 205.86, lingering above 200, looking good. Up 0.8 since the daily close. So what do we have here? Kind of an inverse head and shoulders, right around 184-ish. Blasted above that, blasted above our purple trend line, and got above 256. We never quite retraced down to our 172 level that we were looking at, which I'm totally okay with. We also have consistently held our blue trend line, which was from this gigantic wedge. So that's equally exciting. I'm looking for 225 next on this, as long as we can get above this 205, 210 level, because that does seem to be the most recent level of resistance. There does seem to be maybe a trend line here as well. We'll see if we can get above our blue line, which looks right at about 210 right now for a candle body close. Tom Selleck said Tom Lee just bought 45 million of ETH today. Bitmine BMNR holds 7 billion USD of Ethereum. What percentage of Ethereum supply is that? Mr. Roberts said, I have lines I don't remember plotting to. LOL. I had an alert go off last week that told me that US 3-month bond yield came down to 4.2%, but I didn't attach a note and told me why in the first place. Dude, I love that though. Like, you see something play out, and even if it's going down and you're nervous, or it's going up and you're excited, and then you see a line and it rejects or it bounces whatever direction it's going, it's like the most vindicating feeling. You're like, oh my gosh, this sucks. And then you look at the chart and you're like, oh, I knew this was going to happen at some point in the past. At some point in the past, I knew. So it's very satisfying. Drew said, hey gang, what's going on, Drew? You got the weekend off, my friend? Hopefully. Jim said he wants 5% of the supply. That's a lot of Ethereum. What's he at right now, though? Tom said Ben Cowan's post today confused the F out of me. Talking about ETH pullback. Swear guy makes different things up, so whatever happens, he can point to later. Yeah. It's very odd. I love the guy. He's smart. He's probably got way more money than me. He's been in the game longer than I have, but there's a weird like pretentiousness that makes me not really care about his data. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it. I love him, but my cousin Chris is very similar. And he's very smart. I believe he's a college professor right now. He's teaching neurosurgeons. So I don't know. He's just got that aura about him where he's just like, I know so much more than you, and I'm self-aware, and I'm sure that you're aware that I'm way smarter than you are as well. That's I would never want to sit down and have dinner with Ben Cowan, because I just feel like he would be looking down at me the whole time, and I'd be like, can I help you? It's not somebody you want to chill with. He's a vibe killer. But yeah, Sol looks good. Let's see if we can get above this 110 area. Sitting well above 200, holding it very nicely. Total 3 also looks good. 1.07 currently testing. See if we break above that and hold. I'm kind of fully expecting that. We got a lot of inverse head and shoulders that played out, which is funny because I talked about it all week, how I've seen these invalidate more than I've seen them actually play out. But targets were hit, and we're continuing to the upside, which is awesome. RSI looks great. Momentum wave looks good. Mr. Roberts said I like Ben too, but he is totally Sheldon without any charm. That is the perfect analogy, Mr. Roberts. Sheldon is literally... I couldn't have come up with a better comparison. That is legitimately the most realistic comparison I've ever seen. Evan said most of his videos are of him replaying his old videos and just saying, see, I was right. Dan Gambardello does that as well. I've thought about that. I'm like, man, because I say a lot of stuff, which is why I like to put stuff on the charts, and I'll joke about being right about a fractal like once, maybe like 60-70% of the time if I'm lucky. And I don't know. My brain is like, oh, it would be so sick if I could just go back and point out the first time that I said that, but I never do it because it would take me like 12 to 45 hours to scrub through all of my previous content. This is what they have to do. They have to go scrub through all of their previous content and then find eventually, oh my gosh, this is when I said that thing. And then they clip it and they show it on their channel. They're like, remember when I said this 6 months ago? Look at exactly what I said. And then they play the whole clip and it's like 5 minutes long. And then they're like, see? Thanks for liking and subscribing, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. It's odd, to say the least. Deletes the videos. He was wrong. That's people do that. I remember that being a big deal with Twitter a while ago. People were like, "Oh my gosh, this Twitter has never been wrong," and what they actually did was just posted like the possible outcomes for a million different events, and then delete the incorrect ones. Jay Adventure said Ben has been right the whole cycle though. Hoping he's wrong for the September pullback call he has. I don't think he has been. There's definitely been like 3 or 4 big things that he's been wrong about. Jim Danger just said, I hope he's right about the September pullback. Opportunities don't come often. I think that we just had that pullback. I do. Okay, so John mentioned the other day that we should get a pullback when we can get rate cuts. And I do believe he is correct. But the longer term, it will be bullish for crypto. Jay West Adventure said, Jim, we had enough pullbacks. That tariff crash was awful. There's 2 different types of people in the world. ADA is up 0.16% on the day, currently trading at 91.56. Not struggling actually. It's just lingering right above 90, which is nice. I would like this to finally break $1, man. It's time. It is officially time. RSI looks good. Momentum wave looks fine. Everything's chilling. SNEK is down 0.64% on the day. Ooh, SNEK actually kind of looks like shit. What is going on here? We are sitting right at 0.0047, which is nice. We have not tested 4 yet, but we did lose 5, which is kind of a bad thing. We'll see where we end up, I suppose. This is just on MXC. I guess I could look on Tap Tools, but I imagine it won't be too different. We do have a market maker, so I don't know. XRP, I believe XRP made some big moves today as far as market cap and existing assets outside of the crypto market, which I have in the news segment, which I do not have open. I knew I was forgetting something. Evan said saying Bitcoin dominance will be high continually till it's not. Yeah, there you go. There's one of them. So XRP broke above $3. We're still chilling, which is great. Heat said when moon. Somebody asked about something specifically. I had a couple of people ask about certain assets. Who asked about what is the question? Am the dog wants to look at Polkadot. And then Evan wants to look at Flesh. Okay. So Polkadot. I think Polkadot actually does look really good here. It's showing tremendous strength. It had a clear uptrend. It actually has a longer term uptrend as well. We got a double bottom with a lower low, which is usually bearish, but it has a continuous uptrend from this point forward. And we've rode that trend line bouncing off of it continuously. The question is, are we forming some type of symmetrical triangle? That is most certainly what is happening. Oh my gosh, it looks really good. Is Polkadot about to go crazy? I really like this. I was not expecting this. So it is right at potential resistance, not only with $4.21, but that blue trend line. We'll see if it can get a break. What I would want to see is a break above, a retest, and then a continuation, or a retrace, a fake out, and then a blast to the upside. This scenario obviously would suck, but you know, we can't have rainbows and cherries all day. Sometimes the charts suck. We are seemingly getting some red in the charts at the moment. It is Saturday, Sunday, after a tremendous pump recovery, so I wouldn't be surprised if we probably I hate to say it, but there's a good possibility that we just eat that green candle entirely. But we'll see how tomorrow works out, and Monday. Monday's going to be a big one. False move Monday as well. Shorting Monday might not be a bad idea. Not financial advice, but we've noticed every single Monday for the past like 3 to 6 months has been awful. So I might try that just for fun. Not financial advice. HBAR. Oh, that's right. I was going to go look at Flesh next. On Tap Tools. Expert opinion on Flesh. Oops. Flesh. Ooh, I'm liking the green candles. We got some organic price action after some stagnation, it seems. There are 1,936 holders. I am aware, yes, token listed 2 years ago. So the fact that it still has a decent sized market cap for Cardano, and it was listed 2 years ago, speaks volumes. Volume is incredibly low. Holders is nice. Supply is mostly circulating. Fully diluted value is $63,222. This is on the daily. Whoa. Huge win for Flesh on the daily. So this thing has not been this high since it was dropping in April of 2024. So it's doing pretty good. A lot of organic price action back here. Then it kind of died off 2024. Along with everything else. Had this little double bottom bear market scenario. And now it's continuing to the upside tremendously. I'm really liking the volume increase. Looks like good growth. I guess what I would want to see is the distribution. Oh, I can actually look at that. That's pretty sick. MinSwap holds 9.67%. We got two, what is that, staking contracts? And then somebody owns 4.23. So these are pretty big numbers. But that's not the end of the world. I would like to see that distributed, I suppose. What do these stakes mean? We got MinSwap contracts, stake, 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 stake. I'm curious as to what that actually means. Should I know what that means? Maybe I should know what that means. I don't know. Chart looks good. Obviously, beware with the distribution. I'm not entirely sure who owns what portion of the supply. And with the low volume, anything can happen. But I kind of like it. It's a nice ADA gamble. All right, next, HBAR. HBAR got our beautiful bounce off of our 23.4 level that we've been watching. 23.5. Evan said saying big. Yep, I read that. What if I said evening? Hi, mister. What's going on, Mr. Robbers? Salute, good waters. So with HBAR, I would like to see HBAR get back into its cancer curing range. Everybody knows we like that. We got kind of like a little curl over, little W action going on. Let's see if that leads to a continuation on most altcoins. I would thoroughly enjoy that. RSI looks good. Let's see if we get that bearish cross, though, over the moving average. Your momentum wave is a little overinflated, but I've seen worse. Yeah, I would like to establish a foundation here and use that to crack back into our trading range. SWE is down 0.2% since the daily close. We got support at 370. We're currently sitting at 372.78. Let's see if that is our springboard to get above 391. SWE moves with conviction, so I have no doubt that this could potentially continue up. Our momentum wave looks decent. RSI potentially bearish cross over the moving average. See if that results in anything. We might get a bounce off of it as well. Oh yeah, I want to check seasonals as well. Ooh, seasonals on SWE looks sick. Look at that. Right, September is when it starts to kick off. I'm telling you. I think that's going to be the case for most of these alts. Everyone's calling for a September pullback. What usually doesn't happen when everybody's guessing something's going to happen? What if I said JJ doesn't like that people like HBAR more than ADA? I mean, people can like what they like. I actually like HBAR. I'm 50-50 on Kevin O'Leary, but the fact that he's behind this, I think, speaks volumes. He has way more money than I'll probably ever experience in my entire life. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, and I end up having just as much money as him one day. But if he's standing behind this, I think it's probably a good investment. Ondo is at 0.05% on the day. We got kind of a flag on Ondo. I don't know if it's a good flag, though. But if that is a flag and we got a full flagpole, that could potentially put us above $1.09. We are sitting above $1, which is exactly where we want to be. We broke above 95.35, which I talked about yesterday. Broke above that. We've been lingering above it ever since, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want to see. RSI potentially bearish cross. We might also bounce off of our moving average. We got a green dot, bullish divergence, which led to the pump. Everything looks good for Ondo to potentially continue to the upside. We got higher low. Everything lines up really nice. Volume looks good. Could be a little bit better, but I'm happy with everything else. Arrow is up 0.27% on the day, curling up. It is back below $1.50, sitting at $1.49. If we can get above $1.50 again, that would be awesome. The RSI seems to be almost perfectly riding the moving average, which is very strange. We got a green dot on the momentum wave, which is almost overbought. So that's actually crazy that we got a green dot. We'll see if that pushes us up further. Once we enter alt season, anything being like overbought won't really matter because it can be overbought for long periods of time in the bull market. There's so much money flowing into every single coin in the bull market, we won't even know what to do with ourselves. We're going to continuously sell early. We're going to feel goofy for selling early, but we're still going to be making a crap ton of money. So it's going to be like this weird mixed feeling. Like we could have done really, really good, but we just did really good. It's weird. It's going to be weird, man. It's going to be weird. It's going to be like winning $1 million. You could have won $1 billion, but you still got $1 million. So you're like, yes, that's really awesome. But dang, that's crazy. I could have won $1 billion. It's going to be a weird cocktail of mixed feelings. Pinlink is down 5.75% on the day, rejecting 75 cents for the second time in recent history. We got a big wick right here, showing some sell pressure. We got a higher low, though. Volume could be a little bit better. It's starting to fall off a cliff. We are getting positive reactions off of our RSI and our moving average, which is good. But outside of that, I guess I would like to see a break of this 75 level. Third time's a charm, I suppose. This could just as easily turn into a wick, though. We are on the 4-hour time frame. So if that turns into a wick and we get above, that would be awesome. Otherwise, this is bearish engulfing on the 4-hour, and we'll see if we get another retrace down to the 65-cent level. Yeah, other than that, I like Pinlink. Renders down 0.17% on the day since the daily close. We got a weird little gap here, which is kind of funny. I grabbed the wrong thing. I keep doing that. Why does that keep happening? There we go. Weird little gap. Beautiful, extremely large green candle. Bounce off of 350. Thank you, Jerome Powell. Sitting at 383 for price. Kind of at our mid zone in between our blue line and our 374 support level. So let's see if this is our foundation that we established to then break above $4. Get back into our ridiculously comically large range on render. Momentum wave almost overbought. Not quite. It's actually just kind of lingering in the overbought section. Overbought aisle. Stellar never lost its gigantic range, which is awesome. Stellar got a beautiful bounce off of 38.5, and with that, it reestablished dominance in the 40-cent area. We're sitting at 41.49, down 0.43% on the day. RSI very similar to everything else, about to potentially cross or bounce off the moving average. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I would like to break above 46. 46 is the big point that I'm looking at right now, because it seems to be struggling with 46 for some reason. It tried to get above it right here. It was dancing around it, broke down, resistance, resistance, resistance. It's really, I need to see a break and trading above. Volume is continuing to slowly but surely decrease. We want to see that come back up. RSI and momentum wave look fine. Polkadot, we just talked about. I want to see a break above our blue line. We could get a rejection, though. Rejection would not be the end of the world. If we do get a break above 444, would be my next target before or after a retrace. Fartcoin is down 0.22%, potentially recoupling to the Fart Fractal. The predecessor. Is it predecessor? What's the I don't know the term. This is the Ass Fractal's child, the Fart Fractal. Mr. Barber said, I actually bought Ondo on a lark when the Bitcoin brew was with you and y'all mentioned it was a decent dip. I think Trent called it actually. Small bag, but in the green just for fun. Heck yeah. Yeah, I love those guys, dude. Those guys are super fun. I think they might lap me. I think they got better marketing and graphics and a better channel name. So I think that's definitely something that's gonna happen. But I enjoy hanging out over there. They're cool dudes. I think I told them that the first time I was on their channel. The first or second time, I'm not sure. Fartcoin looks good. RSI, similar situation to everything else. Let's see if it gets a bearish cross over the moving average, or if it gets a bounce. And your momentum wave is chilling on the higher side, but we got a green dot leading to some further upside. Let's see if we can recouple to the Fart Fractal, or at least break $1. I would like to break $1. We are riding 90, 92, 93 cent area, which is I'm totally okay with. CAS is down 0.61% on the day. We did break back down below 0.090826. We are sitting at 9 cents essentially. I really want to get above 9 cents, or stay above 9 cents. I don't want to break below it. I like this inverse head and shoulders that seems to have played out. We got that break, and is it a retest right now? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a break, retest, and then hopefully a continuation. I'd be okay with that. Let me put a neckline here. I like that concept. Chewy said, price go up, alt season started. I can't make it up. Can't make it up? Number go up. I mean, ETH broke all-time highs. That's what happens. So yeah, let's see if CAS comes back down for a retest. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, so let's see if that matters for anything. Is this on the 4-hour time frame, which does not change over until midnight? Chewy said I have a 0.8 Ondo order set. Avalanche is looking great. Crank into the upside. Avalanche got that Powell explosion. Broke above 25. It's sitting at 26.04 right now, which is our midpoint in between 25 and 27. So if we can use that as our springboard. I'm not a big fan of this wick, but maybe that was just some people taking profits. Volume increasing with the price action. We were overbought for a hot second on the RSI, potentially leading to a crossover, bearish crossover on the moving average. And your momentum wave has a red dot, potentially pointing to the downside. Unconfirmed red dot on market side for overall. Let's see what happens. I would love to see this thing just crank above 27.33. I feel like Avalanche has so much going for it. It's very under the radar. I would not be surprised to see Avalanche in the top 10 this bull market. I would not. If I'm being completely honest, I think Avalanche at the very least deserves Tron's place. Tron does not deserve to be in the top 10. I think it's trash and it's completely manipulated. But that's just my opinion. Don't sue me, Justin Sun. If you sue me, you're a fucking loser. And the dog said, do you think which coin looking good and medium term should go? I don't know, man. Everything's so spiced up. I really like Ondo for sure. Ondo's one of my go-tos. I think Sui continues to perform very nicely. I'm mostly a Cardano guy, but I think Solana and Ethereum are going to start to shine. I think a lot of people are going to be alarmed at the performance of Solana and Ethereum. This path to alt season, we got phase 1 is Bitcoin, phase 2 is Ethereum. I think this is going to change. Phase 2 is going to be Ethereum and Solana. We already got XRP. XRP had like its own little season thing. I don't know if we're going to see any more out of XRP. If we do, then great. It's kind of in its own world. If you want something reliable, in my opinion, what I would go for, Ethereum, Solana, I would go into the large caps because we're looking at phase 2, phase 3 right now. And I honestly, these portfolios that we built on stream, I am in full support of every single one of them. I think the only one that I really don't like is that we have SHIB and Doge in the Grok portfolio. But that was not my choice. That was up to Grok. And then we all voted on the last 4 assets, so. But it is what it is, man. I think that this is going to ring true this time around as well. Maybe with some anomalies like XRP kind of having its own thing, but everything else is going to play out as usual. I think Sol's going to join XRP though, or Ethereum. I think Sol's going to join Ethereum, and they're both going to lead the market. Ethereum, I would call Ethereum institution. Solana is going to be retail. It kind of already is, and maybe that bleeds out into other altcoins that try to capture the retail space, which it should. Healthy competition helps breed innovation. So, what if I said SHIB is dead? I agree. SHIB went the way of GigaChad. GigaChad, dude, is the biggest disappointment. I cannot believe what happened in GigaChad. Where were we? Tom Selexco had said, "How did Grok pick both SHIB and Doge? That's way too much meme." Tom Selexco, you have no idea. I might go back and dig through all of my old stuff and figure out when Grok exactly did that, because the last 4 assets were so micro cap, and it was definitely just scrubbed it from Twitter, and whichever one had the most paid shills at the time, it was probably like, oh my gosh, so many people are talking about these next 4, so pick these at whatever. It was a weird time in the market too. So literally, it was the most obscure altcoins to the point where, and they were so microcap that this website that has like most coins didn't even have them listed. So I don't know if they were Solana meme coins or just like some random chains, but it was definitely just weird picks for sure. So that's why we voted on the last 4 coins, because we definitely weren't going to have those 4 randoms on there. Otherwise, it would be in worse shape. We were on Avalanche. Yeah, Avalanche looks amazing, dude. I don't know if it's going to continue to look amazing. I hope it does. I feel like Avalanche has been getting a little, and it's been performing really well. I just feel like it's been getting snuffed out in the idea that it should be doing way better based on what they're offering, what they're providing on the institutional level, with gaming sector, and they're probably, busting doors in all the other big buzzword sectors as well that we just haven't heard about. I feel like Avalanche is gonna turn some heads for sure. Chainlink already is outperforming everyone's expectations, which is freaking awesome. We've been talking about how Chainlink is the only oracle that is reliable in the entire blockchain space. So we do have a fractal, which points to a potential downside. I'm hoping this is wrong. We got our initial curl up and then our last dip before the rip. I'd be totally okay if this was completely incorrect. Chainlink has just been shredding to the upside, currently trading at 25.98. Your RSI almost looks coiled up, if I'm being completely honest. This looks like a coiled up RSI. And we are trading in like a ascending range, it seems. Let me draw some lines really quick, see what I could see. What's really interesting, what if I said Link not outperforming my expectations? What's interesting to me is the Chainlink people are kind of starting to wake up and realize that like everything that, and this is no offense to anybody, if you're offended by this, then maybe you should reevaluate your life choices. The XRP people, the bad ones that like are like, how many XRP do you need to be a millionaire? Just one. The ones on TikTok that like make up all this crazy stuff that XRP is going to be able to do, and the crazy insane like quadrillion-dollar market cap, the Dr. Evil market cap that they think it can get to. Chainlink does all of those crazy things that they're claiming XRP is going to do. Like Chainlink is doing all of those things already, or it's like in the pipeline. All of the partnerships that XRP claimed it was going to have, all of these payment rails, all of these oracles, all of this stuff that they said XRP was going to do, Chainlink is actively doing those things now. And people are starting to wisen up to that. They're looking and they're going, wait a minute. That's what XRP was supposed to do. And they're starting to buy Chainlink. And Chainlink is shredding because of that. So I fully expect a break of 28.23 next. I don't know what the current all-time high is on Chainlink. Let's actually go see. Current all-time high in Chainlink is $53. It's at $26 right now. You got a potential 2x minimum just to reach all-time high, which is pretty damn decent. This thing has had monstrous green candles on the weekly. I'm sure that's going to continue. We'll see what tomorrow brings. If it closes like this, this is a indecisive candle. So we do want to see some decent upside, I guess. Not that I've seen, like, I'm not really a big fan of the candlestick patterns specifically. Just by themselves, I feel like they're quite unreliable. But you never know. Mr. Robert said, good evening, Chewy. Tom Selk said, how to grok. Yep. Waterfly said, link not outperforming. Jim said, Ethereum has been actively dunking on XRP. That's actually really funny. Tom Selk said, link to 200 this cycle. Ethereum dunking on XRP might be why XRP flips Ethereum. Which I think... I don't want that to happen, but I would laugh if it did happen. I think that that would be the funniest shit that's ever happened in the entire history of the planet. Chainlink is down 1.07% on the day, but it's cooling off. It's been pretty spiced up. The RSI looks very different compared to other alts. Like I said, it is literally just dancing around the moving average. It is coiled up, man. This thing is coiled up. Is it going to break to the upside or the downside? You will not convince me that this is not coiled up and ready to burst. I bet you the Bollinger Band looks crazy on this. We'll see what happens, man. Doge is up 0.03% on the day. We got a rejection at 24.130. We're sitting at 23.63 at the moment. Current candle looks odd. Volume really falling off. We got a red dot on the momentum wave. Let's see if we get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI or if it bounces. NEAR is down 0.37% on the day. It was above 269.7. It's sitting right at 269 even right now. Let's see if this thing can hold above it and hopefully head towards 299 next. We got like a head and shoulders and then a W. And then a head and shoulders, and then a W. So, what if it just did a head and shoulders, and then a W again? The ultimate troll. It's just literally stuck in this purgatory of the same pattern repeating over and over again, dude. That's like the ultimate troll. Somebody that was originally invested in NEAR is just pissed off and exacting their revenge with a ridiculous amount of money that they made on some other asset. Tom Selexcoat said link to 200 this cycle. I actually don't mind that. What would that be as far as market cap goes? Let's actually go see. I bet you with XRP's market cap, link would be $200 right now. Link, flipping XRP. Oh, look at that, 267.79. A 10x on Chainlink would be freaking sick. I did notice the guy that is, I don't know if he's like the developer of Chainlink or something. He's the chunky looking dude with the big beard. He was talking about Ondo on stage in one of the videos that we had on our Twitter news segment the other day, which I thought was really interesting. He didn't say anything about Chainlink, and it wasn't like a Chainlink conference or anything. So I imagine he's in like the same vein as Charles, where he just kind of speaks on crypto. He's a crypto KOL. Let me make sure I got my news segment lined up because I totally forgot to prep that before the stream today. Let's go to Pengu next. Pengu's down 1.07% on the day, currently trading at 35892. It does look like it wants to push up. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm almost ready. Oh, I think I pointed this out yesterday, but Apple, maybe I didn't. Apple patched a zero-click vulnerability that allowed sophisticated attackers to compromise devices and could have led to cryptocurrency theft. They urged immediate updates. So if you guys have an iPhone, iPad, whatever you have, any kind of Apple device, update it as soon as possible because there was a big vulnerability that led to probably a lot of people losing their funds, which is crazy. Okay, I think that might have been our first thing, our first news article of the day. But we'll take a look later. Evan said, good night. Take it easy, Evan. Appreciate you. Jim said, Chainlink going above 100 billion market cap would be a pretty big event. Very few things in crypto do that. Tom Selleck Scout said, George R. R. Martin is a Chainlink developer. He kind of looks like George R. R. Martin, I'm not going to lie. Like George R. R. Martin looks like a person that somebody smushed down. Like Guillermo del Toro. What if I said already updated? Nice. Good job. Okay, Pengu. Pengu. I feel like Pengu is going to be this cycle's Doge. We got previous support continuing to be support, which is beautiful. What's nice is we got that bounce, but I'm hoping it's not this. We need to get above this level. This current level that we're at is a previous resistance right here, which sent us into oblivion on Pengu. And it's almost identical shape over here. So we need to break above this 359 level and hold above it and trade well above it. We need to continue to the upside from there. We got a beautiful bounce at our 2.9 level. And what else? Volume looks okay. It is decreasing over time, which I don't like. Your momentum wave is incredibly overbought. We do have a confirmed red dot on the momentum wave, and your RSI is about to potentially cross bearish over the moving average. If we get a bounce, great. If not, then look for a retrace on Pengu. If we do retrace, I would love for it to hold above 29 still. I do not want it to break this low. They might do that just to shake people out. I would not be surprised if that happened. I probably would not sell mine regardless. It's a long-term investment. I believe in it. Their marketing team is literally like no other marketing team in cryptocurrency. So I think that it's going to do big things. Silver exploding yesterday. Along with everything else, it's up 1.97%. Currently sitting at 38,888, which 8 is my favorite number. So 38,888 is very satisfying for me. DXY is still chilling, a little dumpy. Nobody really cares. MicroStrategy still looks awesome. Closed yesterday, up 6.09%. Beautiful little W bounce off of our 330 level, which is exactly where we're looking for a retrace. Way the heck back here. So originally, I was looking for this MW, or WM, I'm sorry, retrace down to here. Never got that retrace. So once it bounced here and it continued up, I figured it was just gonna, that was the retrace right there. But then it started to go down here, and I was like, okay, what if it's just a bigger M? And we drew that out for the retrace to go down to that 330, and that's exactly what it did. And now we're continuing to the upside. And that 330 is literally just the neckline from the W back here. So if you want to figure out and do that yourself, it's pretty easy. It's not foolproof. Like, it's not going to happen like that every single time, but it's a good concept to have. NASDAQ looks very similar, up 1.46% yesterday, and S&P up 1.52% yesterday. Looking good. The current fractal on the S&P 500 looks beautiful. After this, though, I'm not entirely sure what to do. We got Ass Fractal. This I would call Ass Fractal 2.0, and it's playing out beautifully. Very happy with it. We'll see what happens, man. Is the S&P 500 going up to 7K? That'd be crazy. Would I be surprised? No. This thing's been just going bananas for forever, so. Bitcoin dominance still chilling well below 60%. We're at 58.19. Are we going to lose 58 this weekend? That would be pretty awesome. We'll keep our eyes peeled, and if it happens, then we'll throw a party. That would be awesome. Alts would probably explode. Dave said, gotta check for updates. Thanks. My main conviction hold is all on Tangem Cold Wallet. Yeah, definitely check for updates. Coinbase also had a situation as well. I'll go over that. Jim said Sergey Nazarov is definitely in tune with the space. Yeah, that's the guy, I think, Sergey. Tom Selleck said, yeah, we were talking on Discord last night how a bunch of people on Twitter got drained. Yeah, dude, everyone on Twitter was talking about that's crazy. And that's so messed up, dude. I literally can't imagine that happening. I don't know what I would do. I do not know what I would do. It depends on how it happened. If it was something from me, like if I authorized something, I think I would feel worse. I think anybody feels worse when they accidentally click on something that they weren't supposed to click on and then they get drained because of that. Like, I don't know. I learned. I cannot fathom going through that. That would suck so bad. Roblox drama could light that stock on fire. We'll see. I've been hearing about that, but I personally, obviously, there's going to be folks that fall through the cracks everywhere. I think what sent Roblox this high was not only its mainstream adoption, but my kid plays Roblox. She's played Roblox for forever. I played Roblox with her. I did not let her play it at all until I played it because I wanted to make sure that there wasn't weirdos. Because I grew up at the dawn of the internet where weirdos ran rampant. And I bought Roblox because the stock specifically, which I fumbled, by the way. I bought Roblox because I tried to be a dumbass in the chat and it did not work. Couldn't swear. I couldn't send phone numbers. I couldn't type any kind of number, anything that, like, literally, it was so well crafted that if anything was remotely similar to an address or a phone number, they blocked it. If it was like a word that could be used to like insult somebody or be a creepy weirdo, they blocked it. So their chat feature was at one point in time very bulletproof. Now it doesn't seem like it, and I assume that comes with the size. It's a enormous game, so they have just as many problems with predators as I'm sure Facebook and TikTok have. So if the stock does bad because of a situation, which they're probably not handling it well. I haven't looked into it too much myself. I have a zero tolerance policy for creepy shit, which is why I think Dr. Disrespect is a piece of fucking garbage. But I'll probably look at the stock if it falls. For sure. Just more because I fumbled it from the beginning like an idiot. But looks like we might be getting a little spicy here, guys, which is exciting. We'll see what the weekend turns into. We don't usually get Saturday, Sunday price action. Maybe Sunday evening, but not late Saturday, early Sunday. All right, let's see. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Look at this. Sol is leading, man. Sol is leading the way. ETH is up 0.35% on the day. Sol is up 1.61%. This thing is going to crack that blue line and send it. We got our news articles. Coinbase tightens security after North Korean infiltration attempts. In-person onboarding plus U.S. citizenship and fingerprinting for sensitive roles. That's huge. However, what happens if you fingerprint people and they still crash out and steal everyone's money anyways? You know what I mean? I feel like there should be like multi-sig requirements everywhere where people's money is just in the hands of people. But that's just me. I'm not running a conglomerate, so. Eric Trump predicts Bitcoin will surpass 175K this year and calls himself a Bitcoin maxi. Better hurry up. We only got 4 more months to go. We are 66% of the way through the year, so you got 33% remaining to what? What would that be? 50K? Add 50K to Bitcoin? To the price? All right, we got Marty Party. Bitcoin daily TA targeting 122,685K. Out the classic wedge. Note, this is one of the most predictable and successful trading setups. I even display these levels on the liquidation level chart, and you should use them. Price will most often be manipulated down for accumulation, then retrace 50% to the upside, then retrace 50% to the downside. That is your entry. Ride it to take profits at the top of the wedge target with stop loss under the double bottom. Most professional traders consider this a setup A. Sweet. So Bitcoin had a little wedge, which I don't know where he got this bottom red line, but sure. Broke out of it and retraced to 114 after getting rejected around like 116.5, 117 it looks. So 122.685. I'm going to mark that on the chart actually. See if that hits. Oh, that's right below the current all-time high. Or that's actually the old all-time high now. Marty Party prediction for breakout. I'm going to change this to old all-time high. Other old all-time high, because we have old all-time high down here. And then current all-time high, I'll label as well, just in case we get through and pass it on the time frame. We got 124,474. Even, which is very satisfying. Wow, that's embarrassing. Current all-time high. Sweet. Whoops. Okay. Waterfly said wash shirt. Same clothes 6 weeks now. Tom Salkscott said Roblox dip would probably be a buy. Company will figure it out, and it does numbers. Oh, it does crazy numbers, dude. The live events that they have too. It's just my daughter and my fiance talk all the time about the ridiculous level. There's like a Walmart. There's just a regular Walmart in there, like made by Walmart. I think there's an IKEA. Any big brand has a Roblox level, like just dedicated to whatever they're offering, their store. It's the craziest thing. I think they do like concerts and stuff all the time too. Sol's up 1.5%, 207.20. Sweet. Let's see where we go, man. I want to check total 2 really quick. Total 3 is breaking 1.07. Let's go. Get a pumpy Saturday. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. We are decoupling from the total 2 fractal, which I'm totally okay with. We are sitting above the current local high, which I don't know where that was current from. It was clearly an old local high. From where? Maybe that had to have been during this. So I'm going to change this because that's very much right here. That is our current local high is 1.68 trillion. Our current all-time high is 1.71 trillion. So let's see, we're at 1.65 right now, and it does look like we're grinding up, which is totally awesome. Total 2 awesome. Total crypto market cap. So this had a nice little blue trend line, which goes all the way back to July 1st. We got 1, 2, 3 touches, blasted right back above 3.92, which was kind of a neckline for this little head and shoulders setup right here. So we're above that neckline, getting a bullish retest after getting like a nice W. You can either call that a W or a janky inverse head and shoulders with a target hit that is way higher than the actual target, which I'm totally okay with. But that retest and swing to the upside cannot give us enough momentum to blast past 4.13, which is the breakout target that we actually hit from this flag. Measured move, perfectly hit 4.13, which is pretty impressive. It took us a long time to get there, but we broke, we grinded up, bounce, continue. Very cool. And you know what's crazy is here we got that bounce break, little retest. It's doing the same thing. Bounce break retest. So let me actually, just because I am the fractal Farquad, so I'm going to copy this. Let's see if we get this. That would be our top. I'm going to make it less transparent because I want to see it. This is total crypto market cap. So far, I really like it. We get a bounce, rejection, another bounce, break, dance around, support, and hopefully continuation. The original one rolls over, but again, I might actually be okay with the rollover as well. Tom Salkscott said, damn SNEK going up. You mean giving up? Giving up its whole move? It is giving up its whole move. From 5 to 4. Yes, it is. Is it going to be a triple bottom? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, total market cap. Looks exciting. I am going to make this a little bit more transparent. Yeah, let's go with that. I like it. Let's see what we get. All right, continuing our news cycle. Marty Party posted one more quarter. People. Senator Cynthia Loomis says crypto market structure bill should pass by Christmas. This will trigger the floodgates and 2x the market caps of best in breed network tokens. Market structure law is when the law represents the categorization of crypto into different types of networks and tokens with different paths to register them or not register them with the government. It redefines the Howey test to modernize it, include decentralized assets and commodities, but most importantly, it also bans manipulation, wash trading, using customer funds to introduce surveillance of the centralized exchanges, bridge assets with multi-sig backing, blah, 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 blah. All skeletons in the closet will disappear. I can't wait. The cream will rise. The trash will fall. Make sure you have been listening to me and make the required adjustments to your exposure. A little pretentious, but I'll take it. Colin Talks Crypto posted this great chart. Wild West slowly sunsetting, right? Here's a great comparison of Bitcoin bull runs from each halving event to the top. Today tops marked in white circles. You can see we are within the average time range when tops typically happen. Perhaps this cycle extends a bit further than the last, as in the trend, but we're getting close. Cycle 1, blue. Cycle 2, green. Cycle 3, pink. Cycle 4, orange. Cycle 5, white. So it is literally extending cycle, diminishing returns every single time. So right here, we're probably going to peak around, I'm going to guess 600 days after the halving. Yeah, right here, we got like 350, 375, 525, 525. And then we're probably going to go maybe 575, 600. So we got like 110 more days minimum, which is 4 months. October, November. So maybe December? That would be sick, dude. A Santa rally being all-time high. That's awesome. TechDev posted it's been 4.5 years since altcoin dominance did this. Let's go. Some kind of momentum wave cross. I like it. This cracked me up. Andrew Tate lost $700,000 shorting Kanye West's YZY token on Hyperliquid. Literally, the dumbass celebrities are like one-shotting each other, and I'm totally here for it. Not a big fan of Kanye West, not a big fan of Andrew Tate. Personally, if I had to pick one, Kanye West is way more tolerable than Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate drives me insane. Kanye West, I'm just like wishy-washy on. I don't really have a strong opinion on him. Andrew Tate, cannot stand the guy. I think he is, I guess the best term would be a predator. And not in like a cool alpha male way, in like a creepy, like pedophile predator. Maybe not pedophile. This is all a parody. Don't sue me, Andrew Tate. If you do, you're a fucking loser. Sentiment flips back to green following Powell's speech. Very exciting. Updates: $140 billion was added to the crypto market in 1 hour following Powell's speech. That's huge. Very cool. Sharplink Gaming now has $941 million in unrealized PNL. Their ETH reserve is 740.8 thousand. Is that 740.8 thousand ETH? That's crazy. Ethereum flips MasterCard to become the 22nd largest asset by market cap. Hell yes. Oh, and the dog said, good night, bro. See you tomorrow. Take it easy. And the dog, appreciate you. Coinbase projects the stablecoin market to hit 1.2 trillion by 2028. I bet you it's going to happen so much faster than that. Tom Selleck said, Tate's the worst. Guys who watch their chicks get railed by other dudes like Tate. Yeah. Yup. Dude, I'm not going to lie. When he got out of prison and he was like shook, I think that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. You could tell he like somebody fucked him up in there. He was like, he came out, he was all bearded, and he was like, like trying so hard to be a badass, but he was fucking like scarred inside. Today, XRP entered the top 100 assets by market cap after flipping Pinduoduo and Deutsche Telekom and CATL, which is crazy. What the hell is Pinduoduo? It's kind of a fun name. $198 million in ETH shorts were liquidated in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, what is the status of this record-breaking short position on Ethereum? Because from what I understand, I don't know if it's institutional. I don't know if it's based on the ETFs, but I've been seeing, and we've showcased them on the news segment on the channel for like a month or two at least, that there's like a world record quantity of shorts on Ethereum specifically. And with ETH breaking all-time highs, those shorts got to be hurting. Or at least reduced. You got to be like some kind of stupid to continue to short something that's just been going up. Like, there's conviction and then there's just stupidity. I'm just saying. $2 billion in shorts will be liquidated when Bitcoin hits $120,000. Ethereum is up 90% in Q3. That's freaking awesome. Bitwise says crypto in the US 401k plans could unlock $122 billion in inflows and push Bitcoin past $200,000 by 2025. This one's hilarious. IRS crypto chief Trish Turner resigned after 3 months to join Crypto Tax Girl. That's awesome. I love it when the government people quit to go into the private sector because they're made better offers. I think that's hilarious. Hyperliquid listed WLFI USD Hyperps, letting traders long or short WLFI with 3x leverage. Not financial advice. If you want a long or short, check out Hyperliquid. Sailor said 5 years ago, Sailor didn't say this. Or maybe he did. Yes, this is a quote from Sailor. 5 years ago, MicroStrategy adopted the Bitcoin standard. Since then, we've outperformed every asset class and every Magnificent 7 stock. That's actually freaking crazy. Annualized. So I'm assuming this is from 5 years ago. 95%, 73%, 57%, 29%. Annualized standard Bitcoin standard era return annualized. 29, 23, 22, 19, 16, 15, 14, 10. What is that, gold? 8, 2, and -4. Crazy. Crazy. All right, Bitcoin Archive posted Bitcoin logo appears in a video game from 1991. Kind of crazy. I'm not sure what video game this is. I wish that they would credit the game, but this is like the most random coin in the world. There's an eyeball on it. What the hell? We got another Michael Saylor quote. When large U.S. banks are able to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets, everyone will want to buy it. No one will need to sell it, and you won't be able to afford it. That was in 2021, and that is now true, I'm pretty sure. The Heat said, nice to see Solana running. Maybe it'll have its own season. Oh, I think Solana's going to catch up to ETH. Especially if it breaks through this blue trend line right now, which it's looking like it wants to. We have some kind of a, I'm assuming it's like an ascending wedge on Sol right now. Yeah. So we got 1, 2. This is going for 3 after 2 hits to the downside. Technically 3. You could do actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to the downside. We're going for our 3rd hit to the upside. If that breaks, this thing could go crazy. It is almost overbought on the 4-hour time frame though, and your RSI does look a little spiced up. So we'll see if it has the strength. It's actually pretty impressive that it's up 2% right now, while everything else is quiet. Everything else looks like crap. Sol's definitely doing something. Something's up. Tishu said in 2023, Google removed Pinduoduo's app from the Play Store after a Chinese cybersecurity firm found malware in app versions carried in Chinese app stores. That's crazy. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Happy Saturday night. We're chilling. Bitcoin Archive posted Bitcoin could see $200 billion injection from the Great Wealth Transfer, says Zappo Bank. That's an extra 20 million to 28 million of daily demand as trillions move from boomers to crypto-friendly heirs. Let's freaking go. Tishu said 2 days after releasing an update to address concerns, Pinduoduo disbanded the team of engineers and product managers who had developed the exploits. A majority of the team was transferred to Temu, working in various departments. Source Wikipedia. That's crazy. That's actually insane. So does Temu have malware as well? That's messed up. This one was just a cool piece of art. We got the world with a little piece missing, Satoshi Nakamoto with a bunch of pieces missing, and he's giving the world Bitcoin. I thought this was a really cool picture. Breaking $6 trillion UBS just said Chinese family offices are increasing their Bitcoin crypto exposure to 5%. Here we go. $10 billion in shorts will get liquidated at $125,000 Bitcoin. Let's freaking liquidate those bears, man. Weimar.x posted, sell your house, sell your car, sell your mom. Buy more altcoins. 2017 explosion, 2021 explosion, 2025 explosion. We got square explosion, square explosion, square explosion. Let's freaking go. The Fed will start the money printers in Q4 of this year, plus 2 rate cuts, which means trillions will flow into crypto markets. We are about to enter parabolic phase where altcoins will explode 10 to 50x. Hell yeah. Tishu said no evidence of malware in Temu AFAIK, but I've never used the app because of this unless in an alternate advice. I've actually never used it either. My mom buys stuff from Temu and all those apps like that, Wish, and I crack up too every time. They literally, like, she thinks she's getting stamped, but they show the dimensions every time. They show the dimensions on the listing. It's like cute shirt, cute girl shirt, blah blah blah, and she orders it, and it's for like a doll. Like, it shows up and it's like this big, and she's like, "What the hell?" And she's pissed. And then I look at the listing. I'm like, it says here that it was 5 inches tall. What were you expecting? Oh, AFAIK equals as far as I know. I hate that. A fake? That's a bad one. I'm not a fan. Why am I so problematic? All right, last but not least, we got Bitcoin dominance. Our altcoins will 100x on average. Hell yeah. I am ready. Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall, 58.21. It is getting a little bit of a bounce here. On the short-term time frame, we'll see what happens. Sol still performing very nicely, up 1.88%. Let's see if we get a break of this upper blue trend line. Dave said, I'm 100% done with Solana after the pump fund crap. I'm not the only person that feels like that. Yeah, it is what it is. All right. What do we got next? We got our portfolio updates. Bitcoin still chilling in the green on the 4-hour after the daily close. Portfolios. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is sitting down $22. Not bad. Sol is now leading the pack, up $24, followed by ADA up 18, Render by 4, and then we got Ondo, Doge, Proppy, Fetch, Near, Shib, and Aptos dragging her down, but she's holding up pretty well. Sol, ADA, and Render are doing a good job. Next, we got Memecoin portfolio. Tishu said, I love teaching when someone lacks knowledge. That's like the most backhanded. It's not even a compliment. That's just like, I love teaching when people are idiots. Tried to pass my knowledge about Bitcoin pairs, but it's a lost cause. I looked at Bitcoin pairs. I'm not going to look at them at every single asset. I'll use them in my own trading though. Memecoin portfolios in profit $22. WIF is leading the pack here, up $72. Pepe's up $37. SNEK is up $6. Doge is up $1. Giga Chad continues to be awful. It is down $95, which is actually insane. I believe that is, what is that? 95, 47.5. It's down 47.5%. That's crazy, dude. Next, we got our narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable portfolio out of all of them so far. This portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real-world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. Currently, it is in profit, $106.08. Pepe leading the pack, up $61, followed by Tau up 25, Fetch up 17, Mana up 9, and VeChain down 7. VeChain and Mana have been very lingery. They haven't moved much, but we'll see what happens later on in the cycle. This portfolio, I'm thoroughly impressed with. I really am. It might be boring when alt season truly kicks off. This might be the slowest grower, but we'll see. And then we got our perfect entry portfolio, which we've been adding to every single dip. We currently have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 assets. $800 invested. It is up $143.98. Every single one of these projects was voted on by the community. Last one added was Crow. And Render is the only one that is down right now. Chainlink is up $71. And because this investment was initially $100, every dollar amount is also the percentage gain as well. ETH is up $23. Sui is up $20. Sol is up 15. Ondo's up 11. Graph is up 4. Crow is up 3. And Render is down 6. This portfolio might outperform the entire portfolio of portfolios. The only one that I think might give it a run for its money is the Memecoin portfolio, and that's because when the memes move, they move hard. Hey, what's going on, Chicken? Guys, Chicken is a prominent member of the Cardano community. Welcome, my friend. But yeah, the Memecoin portfolio moves pretty violently when it does move, but I feel like the perfect entry portfolio has been doing really good. The strategic investment, buying in whenever the market's incredibly red and sentiment is in the garbage can, has proved to be very, very lucrative, especially with Link. We got Link is the only one that I would say we got lucky on, because we bought it right before it started to explode. We bought it like perfectly right at its little launchpad foundation where it just went crazy. So that one we definitely caught a winner on. Bitcoin waking up a little bit. We're at 115,580 even, looking good. Bitcoin dominance 58.2. It's still got that little baby wick down there, but I want to see if this breaks down. If we break below 58, I might get on for an emergency stream if this breaks while I'm not on, because I think the alts are going to start to go nuts, and maybe I'm going to be wrong about that. Sol is also waking up 2.46% now. It was struggling to get above 2, but it broke above it now. It's at 209.19 for the dollar amount. Let's see if we can get above this blue trend line up top. This is going to be the third touch. If the third touch can break, maybe a break and a retest. Otherwise, a rejection. And then another bounce or a break down here. Maybe it can recover, or it breaks and retests and continues to downside. A lot of times with any kind of triangle, ascending or otherwise, I've seen the first break is usually fake, like a fake out. So unfortunately, we would have to see this break and retest, or just break and go up. If it fails the retest, then the break above could very well be a fake out. Break above, fake out, and then just plummet to the downside, which would probably be bad. I don't see that happening, especially with the news and Jerome Powell like shoving his hand up the back of the market. But we'll see, man. You never know. Alt season can be a bitch. Total 3 also still making its move above 1.07 trillion. It was previous resistance. Hopefully we can turn it into support here. We're really having trouble getting above that. We definitely have an average that we like to linger around right in the middle here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Would not be surprised to maybe it does pull back. If this is inverse head and shoulders to be considered, then a pullback to the neckline here might also take place. So not to burst the bubble of the potential, fun upside, but if we do get a pullback, it won't be the end of the world, at least on total 3. I could see this without me like even remotely panicking. Not that I would panic in the first place, but if we pulled back and bounced off of that, I could make a justification for that. Let's see. Anything else moving? Everything's pretty quiet. Altcoin likes to move for some reason. It's up 0.5%. Doge is up 0.37. Yeah, market's just quiet. Bitcoin's looking good. I would love to see this get back above, honestly, 116. I like the exciting move. I'm not a fan of people taking profits. It's kind of a little weenie move, a little weenie hut juniors. Oof, dominance is getting a little. See, it's so oversold too. Not that you can sell Bitcoin dominance, but the relative strength index is at that point where it might rebound. Dave said, my favorite meme coin is way down, but I'm still 6K in profit. Dude, that's the best feeling. That really is. I have that GIF saved on Discord of, oh shoot, what's his name? Wichita in Zombieland, when they're in, I think they're in the White House or Bill Murray's house or something, and he like wipes his tears with a pile of money. And the caption says, when the market's down, but you're still in profit. That's how I feel every time we dip. I feel bad because people are panicking and freaking out. But if you dollar cost average throughout the bear market, and then you get like a little bit of upside, you feel amazing, dude. You're immediately in profit. Because we get this much bull market, and then the bear market takes this long. So if you sell here, great. If not, and you load up this entire time, the fact that the bear market is like 4 times the length time-wise as the bull market, your average is going to be way, way down. So that when the market actually pumps, because it pumps so quick, you're going to be in profit like right here. And then this whole time you're going to be celebrating. Even if it like goes way up and then it pulls back, everyone's freaking out because they bought up all right here. And, you know, you're still up like 400 or 500%. So, I don't know. It's a law of averages. Tishu said, I think Sol will break resistance up because its Bitcoin pair has already broke out, even if it pulls back first. Let's go check it out. Up 2.26%, still looking good. Sol might lead the altcoins, man. People were getting cocky with ETH. They were like, oh, you guys said ETH was dead? So I had a fractal in here that clearly was miserably wrong. Okay, we didn't quite pull back to that orange, yellowy orange trend line. I'm liking the W though. This is like a little double bottom setup. Cup and handle right here. I don't know how I feel about cup and handle. So you know what's interesting? I see a cup and handle here, and then I see a smaller one here. I wonder if that's like extra bullish. Is it double bullish, or is it like a? Oh, that broke out too. Ooh. Do people? Do we have any cup and handle traders in the chat? I'm not very knowledgeable on cup and handles, but I know that they exist. I think one of my favorite things, and I'm going to try to never say this. I was watching George one day, and he was going through his little news segment, and he was like, this guy says that Bitcoin is in Adam Eve double bottom. I've never heard of that pattern before, but I like it. And I was like, what? Because he's been in the market for like, it seems like a decade, you know? He's a vet, dude. He's a seasoned vet. And he's never heard of an Adam Eve double bottom? It like blew my mind. I was like, is he joking? I don't know. Maybe it was rage bait to get people to like comment or whatever, but it was funny. I was cracking up. I was like, how the hell does this guy not know what an Adam Eve double bottom is? It's like the simplest pattern. Even if you don't trade and you don't know TA, you probably heard of it. Yeah, look at that. Big cup and handle and then a baby cup and handle. Breakout. Oh, I like it. I like that a lot. And then with this breakout even, I see so many inverse head and shoulders potentials. We got one right here, which broke out. Target, I think, hit. I think the target was exactly that line. So that broke out. Rejected. And then we got another one right here. And that broke out. And hit the target. Broke through the target. And then this, I don't, do you measure cup and handle the same way as you measure inverse head and shoulder? Because if you do, this, I'm going to call this a short-term target. And then I'm going to call this, I'm making stuff up, guys. Feel free to fact check me or not. Feel free to blindly just believe everything that I say and do. But don't trade on it. And if you do, it's not my fault if you lose money. That's really funny. The target's almost identical. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. This is not that far off from that, so that was kind of stupid. But Tishu said, an Adam Eve is one of the last patterns I heard about, but stopped researching at the time. Could you explain it? It's just a double bottom. Adam Eve is, one of them's curly and the other one's pointy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a dick and boobs or something. This is like a, I don't know which one would be which. Take your pick. Depends on your preference for boobs. You got Laura Croft here and John Doe. Or you could have Kim Kardashian and John Doe. But I'm pretty sure that's it. And it can be, I think it can be either way. I don't know if it has to be one way or the other. I'm sure it can be pointy and curved. But it usually, I don't know if this even counts. The price action would be pointy like this, and then this would be more of a bowl shape. Like these are. I still see bullish cat ears. Where at? The bongo cat pattern failed us the other day, man. So our targets potentially are 2 to 2-1. Sick. And that's me making up how actually I think this qualifies as a Adam Eve. Because this is clearly pointy and that's clearly curved. So I do believe that this is an Adam Eve double bottom. The only anomaly being this spike right here. But if we choose to willfully neglect that, then we're fine. I do see inverse head and shoulders here as well, which invalidated, which is, I pointed out. And it's funny because we've seen a million inverse head and shoulders play out recently as well. So I've been saying a lot that I've seen them invalidate more than I've seen them actually play out. But now they're playing out, which is awesome. I'm totally okay with that. If the universe wants to do the opposite of what I say, as long as it's bullish, I don't care. So yeah, let's see. I don't know if there is a target system for Adam Eve double bottom. Soul up to 209. Is it? Shoot, let me go. Hold on. You got me on the freaking Bitcoin chart. Okay. It hasn't broken yet. It's getting close though. I mean, technically speaking, on the daily. Ooh. On the daily, it broke out. On the daily, it was not a rising wedge, and it broke out already. And, okay, it broke out like 2 days ago. Yesterday. Broke out yesterday. That might actually be why it's up right now. Because yesterday was 8 p.m. It's 10 right now. It's been 2 hours since the daily close. So that could be the argument. I actually kind of like that. Kind of okay with it. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Obviously, if I'm going to change the color of this so that I can talk about it without pointing out specifically. If the yellow one is actually the top instead of the blue, then we're probably going to pass the blue, no problem. Which I'm totally okay with. Other alts are starting to wake up slowly. Total 3 is still chilling. Let's go check total 2 really quick. Not that ETH is really moving that much different. I mean, that's definitely not what happened. That's like the opposite. Actual price down, up, down. Fractal, up, down, up. Literally the opposite. That's freaking hilarious. I wonder, can I just flip this? Let me flip it. I think I can flip it. I can flip it. Whoa. You can invert fractals? That's actually sick. Did I pull this from right here too? Oh, dude. I really like that. So I pulled it from right there. Okay. Why am I freaking out? And then it did. Where did I pull this? It did. Now it doesn't look good at all. I could get lost in fractals for forever, man. Could you imagine this? I could have tried to sell this so hard. I'm glad I didn't see this before. And then it just pew. That would have been the most depressing freaking chart in the world. It looks so good. It's in a bull flag and it's breaking out. Oh my gosh, it's riding the top hat. And then bam, it just dies. Just jumps off the edge. Dang. That would suck, dude. Alright, 1 sec. Gotta check up on my fiance. Make sure we're good. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Tom Selleck said, throw that fractal in the trash. Talk about hopium inverting fractals. I mean, it's pretty cool. That's actually the opposite of hopium, but it's cool concept. Like, not the entire fractal, obviously, but the fact that this price action inverted is this price action is pretty dang cool. Like, it's almost perfect. There's definitely like a psychology to it. And I guess it's not really that crazy considering the fact that this is this and this is this. So inverted, it makes sense because they're just flipped left and right. Here we got up, down. Over here we got down, up. You know, it really does boil down to that simplicity. The fractal just makes our brains tickle because it looks familiar. We're like, oh, oh. The caveman in us goes, oh, oh. We get excited because it looks the same. We used to play the matching games when we were little kids, you know. We've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to spot patterns. Look at that. Almost overbought. It's like a negative or opposite polarized, or maybe same polarization magnet. It's pushing it away, the moving average on the RSI, causing the price to go up. Whoa. Everything else is quiet, man. It's very quiet. Pinlink's down 5.88%. Should we check the Dex Screener watch list? Let's go check the Dex Screener watch list. Why not? I also want to check Fear and Greed. I want to check CoinMarketCap. Crypto Fear and Greed. We're at 53. Again, I'm not a big fan of this one because they literally stopped measuring. Look at that. Bongo cat ears. Interesting. They literally stopped measuring. This surveys was 15% of the measurement during last bull market. Now they're like, oh, we just don't do it anymore. We don't feel like paying for this. So buy more t-shirts and, you know. Is this where they have the t-shirts? No. They have the t-shirts somewhere else. Interesting. But yeah. I'm not a fan when they change it like that and it's just worthless now. 15%. That's a pretty big margin. CoinMarketCap's Fear and Greed is at 53, which is neutral. I'm okay with neutral. I like neutral. I feel like neutral's totally fair. Yearly high was November 20th, 2024. That actually lines up with seasonals. Summer is usually awful for investing. People don't, you know, they're out and about doing their thing. They're not buying stocks. They're not buying cryptocurrency. They're not buying gold or silver. They're going to fireworks shows and the fair and on their boat. You know, they don't give a crap about investing. In the winter, it gets a little cold out. People are inside more. They're like, oh, you know what? I should throw some money at this Bitcoin thing. I should buy some of that doggy coin. What's that, fart coin? That I like farts. Farts make me laugh. Let's buy some fart coin. Junior, how do I buy some of this fart? Dad, what are you talking about? Fart coins last year. We're buying diarrhea coin now. So yeah, we get this linger up until September, October, even through September, October. It could be boring. We'll see though. We'll see when it starts to pick up. It's gonna be cool. I like that TradingView added this. This is the first thing that TradingView's done where I'm like, wow, that's actually really neat. It does actually show once we get into August, September, it starts to tick up for at least 2023, 2024. We'll see if 2025 ends up being the same. Not that Bitcoin hasn't gone up anyway. It's been gone up like crazy, so I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't do anything. Let's see. I like to look at these occasionally as well. Year to date, Bitcoin's up 23.43%. Last 6 months, 26%. 3 months, 5.96. 1 month, it's down 2.4. 1 week, it's down 1.6. 1 year, it's up 80%. So if you would have bought Bitcoin a year ago, you would be up 80%. What am I looking for? I was thinking of something. Are we looking at this? Oh, yes. I want to look at the quarterly returns because they also show ETH in this as well. Bitcoin quarterly, it is up 7.86 this quarter. ETH is up 92.29. For August, Bitcoin is down 0.22%. Now, it is very possible for August and September to both be red. Everyone's expecting September to be red. Majority of the time, September is red. September average is down 3.77%. Median is down 4.35. Majority of the time, it's a bad month. 2023, 2024, it was a great month, but it was also bad in August. Quite bad, actually. Down 11%, down 8%. That's pretty significant for Bitcoin. We're not quite getting that this time around, and we got less than 10 days remaining of the month. So it's going to be interesting to see how September plays out. Everyone and their mother is expecting a tremendously red September. I'm not buying it, man. And maybe that's me trying to be hopium, copium, whatever. I'll be wrong if I'm wrong, but I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm not buying it. Gosh, look at this. This chart's crazy. Looking at last bull market, seeing Bitcoin way the hell up here by comparison. That's so sick. What about ETH? Dude, ETH is right there. Let's go. ETH is about to do this. ETH is right here. Right now. It's going to 2x. What are we going to do when ETH reaches 10K? We got to have a 10K party. We got to have an 8K party. If ETH reaches $8,000, we're having a party. All right, fear and greed. Let's go take a look at the alt season index indicator as well. We're at 50. Ooh, come on, man. Okay, B's up 296% in the last 90 days. We got Pengu, Arrow, CFX, ENA, ETH. Ooh, dude, ETH being up that far on this list is sick. Let's go look at the bad ones. These are the ones we have buy opportunity on. We talked about PaxG. It's up 0.19. Atom waking up finally. It's about damn time. Ondo 4.69. Let's go. Pith, Gala, BitTorrent, Near, Theta, Sand, Sky, IOTA, Jupe, Jasmine, Vet, IMX, Dot, Shib. See, that's what's not. I've been talking about Dot a lot. It's still down 8.36 in the last 90 days. So there's tremendous amount of upside room for Polkadot. Shib, Filecoin, Aptos, BGB, GT, GraphCast, Tau, Pepe, Zcash, WAL, Render, with Fetch, STX, STIA, WLD, Trump, A, Fartcoin. Ooh, Fartcoin's down 34% in the last 90 days. Jeez. Monero, Virtual, Dexy, Pump, and Pi. You said Soul broke resistance? Let me see. Oh, let's go. Come on. Dude, is this it? Are we going to have a full-fledged alt season, like, doors to alt season stream? Cheers, guys. Happy Saturday. Let's go. What if it just skyrockets past 225? It pumped as soon as I said that. I say pumped. It was like a little sliver, but still. We got a green dot on our momentum wave pointing to the upside. It is overbought officially on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what happens. Alts are starting to lift up with this. That might be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also going up. XRP's up 0.58. Ondo's up 0.45. Render's up 0.58. Stellar's up 0.17. Fartcoin's up 0.97. Come on, Fartcoin. Recouple to the fractal. You know you want to. Pengu is down still. Doge is up 0.65. That's it. ADA's up 0.8. Total 3's up 0.52. Total 3 getting a little pumpy here. 1.08. Let's go. I want this to get above. I would like to see 1.11 because we have not gotten that high yet. I'm going to draw this. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I hate yellow. You know what's really funny? Yellow is like my least favorite color. Like, I almost despise the color yellow, but I really, really, really like yellow houses. I don't know what it is. There's something in my brain. Like, yellow houses look really cozy. I'm using blue and green, all my colors that I enjoy. I guess I'll do purple. I like purple. It's too dark. Too dark, too dark. Is that good? Is that easy to see? That's probably good. So let's see if we can get above this purple trend line. I would love to break 1.13. 1.08. Dude, Sol is above the blue trend line. You can think it's Bitcoin pair. You can think it's Bitcoin pair. I mean, technically, this wouldn't do anything if the USD pair wasn't doing something. So this is just measuring the difference. Ooh, I feel like I just I, I feel like I just told a Christian that they should be an atheist. That's like the most insulting thing ever. I'm sorry, teach you. I didn't mean it. I do like this breakout though. This breakout of this resistance line right here at 17184. Tom Selleck's code said, "Who has a yellow house other than someone who's done way too much mushrooms?" They're not like bright yellow. They're like it's like a pastel, like a soft flat yellow, and it just looks so cozy, man. Tishu said the other way around. Told you earlier, the Bitcoin broke out first. Uh, but that just means that Bitcoin was dropping and Sol was dropping less. It's just measuring the difference, man. It's just measuring the difference, man. Speaking of mushrooms, I think Tommy Chong is on what's it called? Cameo. I was gonna pay for a cameo from Tommy Chong to like tell people to subscribe to the channel. I think that'd be awesome. Bitcoin dominance. Ooh, filling that wick. Let's go. Come on, break 58, man. Bitcoin's still chilling. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hopefully Sol just starts to rip, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. It doesn't matter. So you want to be right or make money? I mean, I want both. Why can't I have both? We can all be right. Prompt is kind of fun. Alu, Ave, Kog, and FHE. Chris Kirby said, "Hey, bro, what's going on, Chris Kirby?" I feel like I'm legitimately getting on Tishu's nerves. I'm sorry. I'm a little brother, for the record. I am the baby of the family. I have 2 older sisters. So it's my job to push buttons. Dude, who would buy Fist? It seems like such an unpleasant coin. Ooh, dude, Chainlink is about to. Oh, it's gotta like double to get in the top 10. Damn, that's crazy. All right, let's go take a look at Deck Screener. I want to see my watch list. Actually, I usually look at the. We got Butt Plug, Fart Coin Killer. What? Is this a rug? This better not be a rug, man. Oh, it looks like if it was gonna be a rug, it rugged already. $2 million market cap, 200K in liquidity. Top holder has 2.36%, which is 50K. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2. See, if just a handful of people wanted to sell, they could rug the entire liquidity pool. I don't think I'm going to be buying Butt Plug as much as I enjoy the name. Luno, Pepe Girl, Juan. Fahid said, like the stream and sub. I agree with Fahid. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Latina language model. Itcoin. Higgsfield. Savings. Kenny. Anal OS. Oh, is that new? Oh no, it's 3 months old. Okay. Fart Dog. Ooh, Fart Inu. Did you guys know that birds can't fart? Frog the Unicycle. Frog. Jesus. I mean, Jesus is clever. Childhood. RYS. You know what would be funny? Blackpink, Biddy. Is if you like, just can you write a whole sentence in here? Fart Inu. That would be funny if you could just write a whole sentence and just like say stupid stuff that makes people buy. Tom Selleck Scott said, "Yeah, who wants to buy Fist? It's like buying gaping butthole coin." I mean, butt plug looks like fun. Tishu said Link is a weird one. It's been going up, but its Bitcoin pair has been going down since 2020. Chris Kirby said, "I lost $400 on Jesus." Jesus not happy about that coin. Yeah, I feel like legit, that is definitely got to be a sin, making a Jesus coin. Like, I'm not incredibly religious, but I respect every religion out there. I don't think I would make a Jesus coin. I don't think I would try to buy a Jesus coin either. Is greed one of the 7 deadly sins? That's got to fall under greed, right? Is greed in any way, shape, or form affiliated with creed? the band. They do have a song called Higher. He said, why didn't they rug it on Easter? No. Wouldn't they rug it on Good Friday and then resurrect it on Easter? Or is that right? Well, I don't remember. I apologize. I told you guys, I'm not a very religious person. I grew up going to church a lot. I went to a lot of funerals as well. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Baha said, I've been hearing people's opinions, and they're saying that we will go up until the next rate cut expectation, which is sometime September, have a mid-cycle cooler, and then continue our run up in December. Fahid said, or Good Friday rug, then Easter pump. Fahid, are you behind? Didn't I just say that? Chris Kirby's cracking up. Tishu said, check. I'm glad you actually reaffirmed my my guess, though, Fahid, because I was not entirely sure. Tishu said, check link BTC on weekly. Don't know what to make of it. Chris Kirby said, lose your money on Friday and get it back on Sunday. I'm pretty sure, isn't that how the weekends go? All right, link BTC. On the weekly. He said, yes, LFG, Sol, new all-time high soon, I hope. Yeah, we broke that resistance, man. Ooh, so there's a broader trend here. Interesting. I don't know what to make of this either. There's got to be a point where we rebound. See, but the problem here is there's only these 2 points of confluence. This could have been literally, like, you could draw this every single point until it failed. I mean, right now, so far, it's holding. Your RSI never got to oversold on the weekly time frame. What's good is that it's going up. So short term, it might be really, really good. He said September is a tricky one because of rate cuts, but cycle-wise, Q4 is it. Okay, so here's the thing. John mentioned rate cuts being bad for the markets, and I do believe he's right on the short term, specifically regarding crypto. I don't know about anything else. I do think we'll get a short-term downtrend right here. I asked Grok when we were talking about that. Baha said the cycle is already pricing in rate cuts. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Mid-cycle. We're well beyond mid-cycle, though. I don't know if that's true. Extending cycle, diminishing returns. I guess you're right, technically speaking. Because of the halving and all that. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. No matter what, it's going to be interesting, for sure. All right. I said, if the Fed lowers interest rates, will cryptocurrency pump or dump? And then went into this whole political thing. In summary, based on economic theory, historical patterns, and current data, a Fed rate cut is far more likely to cause cryptocurrencies to pump than dump, potentially amplifying the ongoing bull cycle. That said, crypto remains volatile. External factors like regulation, geopolitics, or inflation surprises could modulate the impact. If you're investing, consider this as part of a broader strategy rather than a sure bet. So, definitely something to take into consideration. JY's Avenger said, I like that. Baha, pump into cut, then dump. Yeah, that definitely seems like I don't know how far the dump would go. I think it would be a micro event in comparison, kind of like what we just got. The dump heading into Jackson Hole and then the recovery. But we are retracing that right now as well, so you never know, man. You never know. Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall, 58.13. Will we lose 58 this weekend? ETH is up 0.15. Sol is up 2.78. Still hitting above that trend line. Fahid, I don't know if you noticed, I did draw a yellow trend line as well on the daily. If you go by candle bodies, we got 1, 2, and then a breakout. And that breakout comes, so we had this daily close was right here. This candle daily closed above the yellow line, and then we started pumping, and Sol was the only one that was pumping on the watch list. So it kind of makes sense that the breakout maybe happened on the daily time frame, but I feel like the 4 hour is still relevant because we are struggling to get above this blue trend line. So something to take into consideration. The fear is that everything is at all-time high, multiple market. I feel like there's too much money, man. There's way too much money. If they like triple, quadruple the money supply, why hasn't the S&P 500 tripled or quadrupled yet? That would be my hopium copium, my reasoning. Plus stablecoins, they can just print money infinitely essentially with stablecoins until they start. They would have to come up with like M3 or M4, some other form of measuring the money, and include stablecoins in that. Which stablecoins, like I said, stablecoins are a weird one. Let me draw it out. If I own a stablecoin company, and I have, let's say, $3 billion in stablecoins, and that $3 billion is backed by a little bit of Bitcoin, but most of it is debt. Commercial paper. And it's $3 billion. And after I get all the money paid back and everything from all the collections and all that crap, I make like $6 billion. Let's call it 6. So now I have $6 billion cash. All my commercial paper has been paid off, but I still have $3 billion worth of stablecoins. So I've doubled my money, and this exists. The debt's gone. So there's no money that actually exists that backs that up. So I'm kind of doubling the supply. You could literally double the supply. And if you do it with bonds, whatever you do it with, you're immediately making that into liquid US dollar, essentially, by allowing stablecoins to become this new form of money. And you can just double the money supply. You could probably do even more than double. You could just infinitely print money by issuing these stablecoins against this debt, which is insane to think about. But that's exactly why they're probably latching onto this concept of stablecoins. They're like, oh my gosh, we can have as much money as we want, and it won't count as inflation because nobody measures stablecoins for now. So it's definitely going to get interesting. It feels, the more that I think about it, the more that I immediately think of Blade Runner. It's just, that's all I can think of. Blade Runner, Cyberpunk 2077. I feel like that's the reality that we're heading towards, which I don't hate that. I just don't want to be in like a impoverished position when that happens. I don't know. It's just insane to think about. Baha said it would be a sell the news event. Tishu said my best guess is that Link can still go up in dollars, but Bitcoin will outpace it long term. Yeah. Isn't that what happens with everything? I guess long term maybe is the wrong. That's where I think you'd have to sell at the right time. The right time can be a large window. As long as you're in profit, just sell. And then you can rotate into Bitcoin or whatever. Bitcoin's going to be the king, I think, forever. I don't know if it's going to be the king of performance, but it's going to be the king of stability and long-term growth. At least for the foreseeable future. Soul still chilling. Total 3. Getting a little breather here. Let's go take a look at total 2 again. Yeah, same thing. A little breather. And then total crypto market cap. Yeah, let's see what this fractal does as well. See if we get that action. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it. Bitcoin's chilling. It's kind of quiet, getting boring. See if we get a little pullback here. I'm not sure what happens. Pullback. Maybe alts go. Maybe Bitcoin goes. Who knows? But as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for being here. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. Feel free to share the channel around. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Saturday and good night.